back at the Tricky Triangle for the 2003 Pennsylvania 500. Adam Petty gets his first career NASCAR Winston Cup Series pole with Ron Fellows to his outside.
Yeah, I expect Ron to run pretty well today. This track kind of drives like a road course a little bit. It's very flat, got three different corners, so no surprise to see him up there. And yeah, what a great effort for Adam there to get his first pole.
Petty and Fellows lead them to the green flag. We are racing in the Pocono Mountains. Great start there for that 88 of Dale Jarrett. Of course, he won at Michigan back in June. Another big track kind of like this will be heading back there next week.
See, Adam's teammate, the 43 there, Ty Bodine, gets down behind Jarrett. And he's taking a look actually the inside there off the corner. Although here comes Jarrett as well, so head down the Long Pond straightaway.
Adam is able to fend them off, though, as they head towards the tunnel turn. You see fourth in line there on the inside is Bill Elliott. He gets to the inside of Ron Fellows as well. Fellows and his teammate Dale Earnhardt Jr. falling backwards at the start right now. Meanwhile, you see Ryan Newman is currently fifth on the inside there, followed by Kurt Busch. But off of turn 3 here for the first time, it looks like Adam Petty is going to lead the first lap here at Pocono, though perhaps not for long as Dale Jarrett takes a look to the inside.
Yeah, Dale seems to have a really good car today. Head down the front straightaway for his first time, or second time rather. Yeah, Adam gets those 5 bonus points. Meanwhile, you see Rusty diving in the line there in front of Bobby Labonte. And here comes Jarrett. I think he's got a much better run off of turn 1 this time. And he is going to the inside of that 45 down the Long Pond straightaway, although Adam's teammate Ty Bodine is right in this fight as well.
Looks like Jarrett does have the optimal position going into the tunnel turn here. He takes the lead here at Pocono Raceway. Meanwhile, Bodine gets a look to the inside. Adam Petty gets the wall a little bit, and that's going to allow Jarrett to pull away a little bit. Here comes Bill Elliott looking to the inside of the 43. He's actually off track, as is Kurt Busch. So that's going to allow Jarrett to get a much larger lead here. Earnhardt Jr. going to the outside there around Busch as Jarrett leads lap 2. We've got Bodine up to second and Newman up to the third position.
Yeah, they started double file now. They've kind of all sorted out the single file here. You see Newman going to the inside.
And new second place runner here at Pocono, it's Bobby Labonte, the 2000 Winston Cup Series champion, is caught up to the 1999 champion.
Yeah, both these guys are great at these big long tracks like this. See Bobby take a look at the inside of Jarrett here now. Meanwhile, having a good run today. Talk about Ron Fellows in that 81. We said this place runs like a road course, and he's certainly shown that today.
Yes, that is Chip. Labonte takes the lead from Jarrett down the Long Pond straightaway. And yes, as we were talking about, what a run here for Ron Fellows. He's about to fall back to the 4th position, getting passed by Mark Martin. So you see Bill Elliott there as well. But yeah, he's really running up with an elite group right here. Top 5 are Ron Fellows and 4 former Winston Cup champions. Elliott, Martin, Jarrett, and Labonte.
Yeah, that's certainly some impressive company to be in right now. You see the 18 is going to lead this lap here. Jarrett, though, staying pretty good with him. As Mark also getting into this fray. Although really all top 5 of these cars are all under a blanket right now.
They head down into turn 1 once again. Labonte washes up the racetrack a little bit. That's going to allow Jarrett to potentially get a look to make the crossover. It was last lap here that Bobby Labonte made the pass on Jarrett to take the lead. It looks like Dale Jarrett still leading here at Pocono. The sun has finally come out.
Yeah, that's nice to see. You've got the old vortex going. Great to, not see the cloud cover anymore. But, yeah, Jarrett leading the race here. Although, like I said, new second place runner, Mark Martin. He's second look at the inside. And how about Fellows as well?
Yes, all these guys having a great run right now. Same top 5. You see Newman is currently passing Jeff Burton for that 6th position. Steve Park in the 8th position behind them. And now that Martin's got to the inside of Jarrett, it looks like he's going to get railroaded by Fellows, Elliott, and Bobby Labonte in that 18 car.
Yeah, just cannot say enough about Ron Fellows today, having a great run on an oval, up to the 2nd position. Of course, he does have one runner-up finish on an oval. That was Kansas last fall, so we know he's capable of doing it. There's good cars there, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. But still, this is not his wheelhouse. He's used to them road courses.
Mark Martin still leading here at Pocono, but Bobby Labonte has gotten back into this battle. 3 of the last 4 Winston Cup champions, Martin, Labonte, and Jarrett, battle for the win here at Pocono.
Yeah, it's great to see 3 of the best in the business is battling out here. It looks like Bobby's got the advantage right now as Mark goes to the outside there. Jarrett going to try to follow him through. Looks like he will. Meanwhile, Fellow is still in the top 4. Great run for him. We saw Newman back there. He's up to the 6th position. Martin now getting a run back on Jarrett. Can he get back up to 2nd place here down the straightaway?
Yeah, I don't know. Meanwhile, behind Newman, we want to talk about Steve Park running in the 7th position. He is currently the highest of our championship contenders. So that's important to watch. See his teammate Dale Earnhardt Jr. all the way back there in 9th. So Park will gain a few points on his teammate in the Winston Cup standings this week, assuming he holds this position. Meanwhile, we take a look back at Earnhardt Jr. here. As we said, he runs in the 9th position. Still continuing to have a consistent good year, although he has not won since Bristol all the way back in March. See behind him is Casey Atwood, Kurt Busch, and Rusty Wallace. Bobby Labonte continues the lead here at the Tricky Triangle as Mark Martin takes a look to the inside of Dale Jarrett once again, but that's just going to allow Labonte to pull away even further. Labonte takes the white flag here. 3 corners to go, 2.5 miles.
Yeah, that'd be a big win if Bobby can bring it home here. We'll see what happens. He comes around the corner, and looks like Mark's going to get a run to the inside of Dale Jarrett. There is some lap traffic coming up, but I don't think that's going to be a factor. I think Bobby's probably got it at this point.
Yes, Martin with a great run down the Long Pond straightaway towards the tunnel turn. Here comes Labonte and Martin and Jarrett. 1 straightaway to go for Bobby Labonte. Coming up in the lap cars of Jerry Nadeau and the 96 of Jimmy Spencer. No contest up front. It's been a great clash of champions here at the Tricky Triangle today. But it looks like the victor is going to be that 18 Pontiac, Bobby Labonte.
Yes, that's awesome. That'll be the first win for Joe Gibbs Racing this year. Bobby Labonte wins at Pocono.
We see Steve Park did hold on for that 7th position. Meanwhile, you see Dave Blaney is 116 back of Earnhardt Jr. Park. Here we are at the Brickyard 400. Last week's winner, Bobby Labonte, starts 5th as his teammate Jason Leffler has the pole today. He's really been quite the qualifier this season, hasn't he, Chip?
Yes, he has. He's gotten mighty fast with these qualifying runs. See, we got a few drivers with us today that are not our usuals in the field, including Shauna Robinson.
Yes, Shauna making her 2nd start for Penske Racing in this 06 car. Of course, she got a top 3 finish here at the Brickyard last year, so that's one of the reasons that Penske decided to give her. And coming to the green here, Leffler and Blaney. Pace car on pit road, and we are racing in the Brickyard 400 in Indianapolis. A crowd of 250,000 on their feet.
Good start for that 20 car. Looks like he's going to pass Blaney here into turn 1. Meanwhile, looks like Bodine is going to try to go 3 wide, get both Atwood and Blaney here off of turn 2 here. So they start to head down the backstretch. Meanwhile, you see Shauna there. She's got a good start going right now, and like we said, it made a lot of sense that Penske brought her out to this race. For your 2 teammates, Ryan Newman and Rusty Wallace, they are currently running further up there as well with her.
Yeah, great start. Really, all the Pontiacs look strong this weekend. We mentioned the pole sitter, Leffler, and those 3 Penske Pontiacs, and Bobby Labonte there running in the 4th position. Now about to be the 3rd position as he passes Dave Blaney there. So yeah, Pontiac has had a really strong run, and of course they probably learned some things from Pocono last week, a very similar racetrack to Indianapolis. As Leffler here is going to lead the first lap, get those 5 bonus points. Could he finally get his first Winston Cup win today?
Yeah, I don't know. We're going on a 1.5 years of Jason in the Cup Series. He's been okay, but kind of running mid-packs. Overall, you got to be wondering if Gibbs is happy about the decision to part ways with Tony Stewart at this point. And heck, if Tony's happy with his decision to part ways with Gibbs at this point, because that 41 car we've not talked about a whole lot this year either.
No, we have not, although one car with the number in the 40s that we have talked a lot about is this man right here, Todd Bodine. He takes the lead from Leffler down the back straightaway, although here comes Leffler's teammate, Bobby Labonte, to the inside of Bodine.
Yeah, Bobby looks to be starting right where he left off last week. And how about this? Shauna Robinson, she's going to get into the top three, potentially going for second place here against Bodine down the front straightaway. She's going to get a draft off of Bobby. And while Bobby's going to lead the second lap, it looks like Shauna's going to be up to the second position.
Bobby Labonte still leading here. And green flag pit stops beginning. You see there's lap cars. It's a lot of different strategies going on here. But Labonte comes down pit road now. And we're going to have to see who cycles through to the lead as he comes down this pit road right now. We're hearing actually the 06 is currently the race leader.
Yes, I believe that is correct, Bill. That, yeah, Shauna Robinson is leading this race. Of course, she still has to pit. She's probably losing a lot of time right now. She's been running the top 10 all day. But those tires have got to be old, so she's probably losing time unless she gets a caution.
But yes, Bobby Labonte comes down pit road, heading towards his stall. He's in. They're going to be 4 tires and fuel for all these guys. Ryan Newman completing his service, although he is a lap behind. So yes, Robinson, the race leader, and she comes around here. Still leading here at the Brickyard, and even if she doesn't finish here, still impressive just to see her leading laps in a Winston Cup race.
Yeah, it is. You see her teammate Newman there coming out of the pits. Of course, that's a lap behind her right now. And, yeah, she'll have to pit here coming up.
Robinson rounding turn 3. Yeah, we cannot say enough about her, and I don't know if Penske has any plans to start a third team, but certainly she would have to be on the short list if they did, because she's had some great runs here.
Yeah, well, of course, last year she got a top 3 here, but that was not in as good of equipment. That was not Michael Cranford's car, which had a sort of alliance with Penske, but not a full-on alliance. But yeah, Penske's been, really strong this year, obviously with Newman, good cars. You saw their top Bodine pull off the track. Here's Bobby Labonte. He's starting to make up time here, and he's on those fresh tires now. So we think once everything cycles out, once Shauna pits, he should easily be the race leader here. But we'll see what happens.
Robinson still on the racetrack right now. You see several cars getting their laps back, including Mike Skinner, Matt Kenseth, and Casey Atwood there. That just shows how old the tires are on that 06 Pontiac right now. Here comes Earnhardt and Johnson looking to do that. And yes, that is the 18 car of Labonte coming up on her to pass her for the race lead. So that just shows how much slower she is right now. That Labonte could potentially pass her for the lead. And here comes Robinson. Labonte retakes the race lead. So yeah, she's going to be way behind the leader once she reblends onto the racetrack. But still, excited to get to see her lead here at Indianapolis. As Labonte continues to pull away, almost everyone around him right now is a lap car.
Yeah, they seem to have just picked up right where they left off last week at Pocono. These long flat ovals, that 18 team, Junior May car, they've got it figured out right now on these type of racetracks.
Labonte getting a draft there off of Blaney, allowing him to continue to pull ahead. Robinson has completed her service and was able to take a little bit less fuel since she waited longer in the pit cycle, but still lost all that time with Labonte being on those fresher tires. So she's going to be over half a lap behind. Is going to, unfortunately, looks like finish outside of the top 10 since she did not get a caution quickly there, but sponsor's still probably pretty happy that she stayed out and led.
Yes, absolutely. You see she pulls out there in front of the 16 of Johnny Andretti and Tony Stewart there in the 41. Labonte leading here. He's coming up the lap. Jeff Gordon, say that team, of course, they got the win a few weeks ago at Infineon, but still haven't got a rough year. Here comes Labonte on Blaney and Dale Earnhardt Sr. Continue to draft off inbound the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Dale Earnhardt Jr. here, he's ways behind the leader, but having a good, another top 10 run today as he runs there right behind Bill Elliott, ahead of Kenny Irwin, and yeah, he's having a good day.
Of course, Kenny Irwin competing at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the second time this year. He competed in the Indianapolis 500 where he got a 4th place finish. So perhaps giving him some help today as he runs in the top 10. Labonte laps Earnhardt here as he takes the white flag. He's just been absolutely on cruise control today here in the Brickyard 400.
Yes, he has. Of course, he won this race back in 2000, his championship season. And we got to say, though, probably one of the biggest winners today is Shauna Robinson here. I think Penske would be crazy to at least not give her a couple more starts in this car before the year's out. Hopefully they can make something happen with sponsorship, because she's been doing great things in good equipment.
Yes, she has. But speaking of doing great things, Bobby Labonte here around turn 3. In front of him, Blaney goes to the inside of Ricky Craven in the 44 car. He thinks better of it. Looks like he's going to back off a little bit, allow Craven to keep the spot. Labonte is just hoping that they don't crash as he comes off of turn 4. And headed down the long straightaway here at Indianapolis, Bobby Labonte is going to be a 2-time winner of the Brickyard 400.
Man, that's awesome for Bobby. 2 wins in a row there. And 2000 champion, really getting back into it. See, Kenny Irwin gets an 8th place finish. So 2 top 10s at Indianapolis this year for him. Dale Earnhardt Jr. extends his points lead over Dave Blaney to 180 points.
NASCAR is going right and left today at the Sirius satellite radio at the Glen. Jeff Burton has the pole today with Todd Bodine to his outside. Winner of the last 2 races here at Watkins Glen, Ron Fellows starts 4th.
Yes, Ron's first season as a full-time Winston Cup driver, and I assume that extra experience will only help him in this race. So watch out, everybody. He's going for 3 in a row here today at Watkins Glen. See, we got some road ringers in the race today as well. Boris Said in the 77. Robbie Gordon unfortunately did fail to qualify. We also got here the 16 once again. That is Andy Pilgrim.
And here comes Todd Bodine and Jeff Burton to take the green flag here at Watkins Glen International. And we are racing at the Glen.
Well, start there for that 99 of Jeff Burton. He's got a very fast hot rod today, and he easily takes the lead here down to turn 1.
See his teammate Greg Biffle in the 97 there is working to the inside of the winner of the last 2 races here at Watkins Glen, Ron Fellows. Meanwhile, Bodine is trying to catch back up to Burton here as they go through the S's, but it looks like he is a little ways behind there. Meanwhile, a good start here for Ken Schrader today. Have not talked about him a lot this year in that 32 car. Yeah, he's running the top 10 right now as he works to the inside of defending Winston Cup champion Mark Martin. And oh no, Michael Waltrip goes flying off track in the bus stop there. He's in the sand trap as Burton continues to pull away from that 43 of Bodine. Meanwhile, you see all the cars fanning out there off the corner. Looks like Fellows has settled into the 5th position as Kurt Busch, Burton's other teammate there, runs in 4th. We go on board with Fellows. He's right on the back bumper of Busch right now. We expect him probably just to take his time here, and I think we'll be seeing him in the battle for the lead here before you even know it.
Meanwhile, look at this, Biffle trying to outbrake Todd Bodine going into turn 1. Looks like he's going to do that.
And Ron Fellows, just as we expected, he's up to the 2nd position right behind the race leader, Jeff Burton.
Yeah, you can hear the old Jaws music just dun, 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 as Fellows is closing in. See, I never really liked Sharks too much, Bill, but that always was a catchy music tone. But yeah, Ron's up to the 2nd position, and Burton's still leading here. You see some damage there in that 94. Elliott Santos, he got into the sand trap here at some point earlier as well. Fellows goes over the curbs there a little bit, kind of slides a little bit as they go into the carousel corner here, but off the corner you see that 94 is really holding up Burton right now. And, Fellows almost gets the inside, but things better up. I think if it was later in this race, he probably would have driven it in there, but it didn't work too well. Now he's unfortunately going to be in a bad spot with that last traffic here going into the final corner here. He's not able to pass Sadler that time. Meanwhile, further back, having a great top 10 run today. It's a 16 car here. Andy Pilgrim, it's exciting that Dale was able to give him a ride here in the Winston Cup Series. much as he did with the man running second, Ron Fellows.
Yes, it's very cool that Dale Earnhardt Incorporated is bringing in some great road racers to try out the Winston Cup Series. And as you mentioned, yeah, they've had great success with Ron Fellows so far. Fellows running second, although it looks like Kurt Busch is looking to change that right now. Busch taking a look around the back bumper there as Dale Jarrett, the fourth place runner, gets around Elliott Sadler, that lap car as well. Jeremy Mayfield currently runs in the fifth position. As off the corner, Fellows goes a little wide there and continues to have to fend off Busch as they head down here towards turn 10.
Yes, that 81 car just doesn't seem to quite have the same feel for it today that they've had the last couple of years, but definitely do not count them out by any means off the corner here, although you see he slides a little bit. Meanwhile, take a look at this. 16 cars looking at the inside of Bodine as you see 32 there. Continues to have a great run today as well. See, the 16 is running in 7th, and the 32 here is Ken Schrader's in 8th, followed by Kenny Irwin in 9th, looking for potentially 2 top 10s in a row after that top 10 at the Brickyard last week.
Busch here really putting the pressure on Fellows as they head up down the long straightaway towards the bus stop. Will he try to move to the inside here around the bus stop? Looks like he will. And he's going to try to outbrake Fellows, although Fellows is going to try to stay with him. And oh no, Fellows slides off the racetrack into the sand trap. And unfortunately, his bid for 3 in a row here at the Glen probably just ended. Jeff Burton continues to pull away his teammate Kurt Busch up to the second position. And of course, Burton trying to snap a long winless streak here, dating all the way back to Texas. White flag in the air. Jeff Burton last won in April of 2001. He's never won on a road course. He's looking to change that today. They head down towards turn 10. 2 corners to go for Jeff Burton. Number 99 heading down towards the final corner. His teammate Kurt Busch has fallen back a little bit off the final turn. Jeff Burton is going to head back to victory lane here at Watkins Glen. He gets his 17th career win, and now all 4 Roush Racing drivers have won here in 2003.
Yeah, that team's really on fire this year. 4 cars, they're all doing great. Although Dale Earnhardt Jr. once again gets 9 more points on Dave Blaney there.
Here we are at Michigan International Speedway for the 2003 Gordon Food Service Marketplace 400. Dale Earnhardt Incorporated teammates Steve Park and Ron Fellows swept the front row here. Of course, Steve Park won both races in Michigan last year. See, Ryan Newman gets another good start there in third, with Kurt Busch to his outside. And Park and Fellows lead them to the green here. We are racing in the Irish Hills of Michigan. Great start there for Kurt Busch in the 60 car on the outside.
Yes, it is. He might just be able to pull down in front of Newman here going into turns 1 and 2. Looks like he will. And he's potentially going to be looking to the inside of Fellows here. As even Park's tripped up on the racetrack a little bit. Looks like Busch could try to lead this first lap here.
Busch has really been on a roll lately the past few weeks. Had a great top 5 run last week at Watkins Glen. As his teammate Jeff Burton won. Meanwhile, Park leads them down into turns 3 and 4. But as he slips up the racetrack here and that 60 car gets a good bite on the inside, looks like that may not be the case for long.
Yes, looks like Kurt going to try to run it back here to the line. I think he will lead the first lap, get those 5 Winston Cup bonus points. And meanwhile, looks like mostly double file throughout the field. A couple cars strung out in the back there, but Kurt Busch leading here, and here comes Ryan Newman for second on Park now.
Yes, Newman to the second position. You see Blaney up to third. Earnhardt Jr., the points leader there, is running back in the 9th position right now on the outside. Meanwhile, the 60 car continues to pull away here as the 21 of Blaney takes a look to the inside of Newman. So Busch is going to lead that second lap as well. Leffler going to the inside of Park and Fellows now as well.
Yes, all these guys off to a great start here. And here they go down into the corner. Still leading out here at Michigan International Speedway is that 60 car Kurt Busch, but got a new challenger right now, Rusty Wallace in that 2 car. Still looking for his first win, Bobby Labonte in the 18. Bobby Labonte in the 18 car, he's looking to potentially go 3 for 4 weeks here.
Bob Labonte goes down to the inside of Bush into 1 and 2 here. He's going to easily take the lead. Here comes Todd Bodine to the inside of Terry Labonte. He's going to go 3 wide. That'll put him up to the 2nd position. Meanwhile, Ryan Newman is also going to try to follow them through and get 3rd.
And how about Steve Park getting back into this as well? He's back there in the 6th position, followed by Adam Petty, and he's going to go to the inside of Bush as well. And Bodine getting a good draft there. Meanwhile, the winner here at Michigan back in June, that's Mr. Dale Jarrett here. He runs currently in 8th. Very much a part of this fight here. As here comes Bodine to the inside of the 18 of Labonte. And Park getting a draft off of Newman there, staying in the top 4 right now.
You see Atwood and the 81 of Fellows rounding out the top 10 there. Newman going to take a look this time to the inside of race leader Todd Bodine. Looks like Bodine will still lead at the stripe this time, but Newman probably by the next time around.
Yeah, it's really just kind of a roulette here in Michigan. You got to time it right, get these big drafts, and we go on board with Newman here. It looks like he's going to time it great, going off a 2 here, and potentially take a race lead from the 43 Todd Bodine down the back straightaway.
Park now goes to the inside of Bobby Labonte, and here comes Kurt Busch behind him. Terry Labonte having a great run today. Of course, that team is out of provisionals, and they did an owner point swap with Jack Sprague earlier in the year, so they've had some rough qualifying efforts the last few weeks. But Dale Earnhardt Jr., meanwhile, a little further back, running at the back half of the top 15. Good run today for that 94 of Elliott Sadler, too, inside the top 15.
Yeah, it is good to see those guys having a nice run today. Meanwhile, the one of Steve Park is up to the 3rd position here. He's going to push Labonte past Newman, and he's trying to get back into this battle for the lead as well.
Yeah, nobody really separating themselves up front right now. See, Kurt Busch still a part of this. Todd Bodine, Dale Jarrett working the inside of Bodine now for that 5th position. Another name we haven't mentioned today, Chip, get ready for it. Casey Atwood is working his way into this lead group right now. And here we go back on board once again with Kurt Busch. Say he's looking up at Steve Park, who looks to the inside of Bobby Labonte here off of turn 2. Busch giving him a good draft down the back straightaway as the 5 of Terry Labonte gets down to the bottom, 4th in line behind Dale Jarrett, starting to make a move on Newman as well. Park takes the lead briefly, but here comes Busch once again.
Yeah, great run for Kurt. Head down the back straightaway, or the front straightaway here. Looks like he's going to once again be leading this lap here at Michigan, and the white flag is in the air.
Yes, Kurt Busch trying to hold on here for what would be his 2nd career NASCAR Winston Cup Series win. We mentioned had a top 5 last week at Watkins Glen International, so this kid is really coming into his own right now. Although Dale Jarrett looking for the sweep this year at Michigan has something to say about that. He is right on the back bumper of that 60 car headed into turns 3 and 4. And he might just be in the best position right now as Kurt Busch slips up the racetrack a little bit. Jarrett takes a look to the inside. Terry Labonte is there as well. And it's going to be a drag race all the way back to the start-finish line. But it looks like Kurt Busch is going to hold on. He gets his 2nd career NASCAR Winston Cup Series win and a 3-wide finish there. Terry Labonte 3rd, Atwood 4th. And you see Steve Park gets a 6th place there. So let's take a look at the Winston Cup standings. Both Park and Busch should close in here. Yes, Kurt Busch back to only 195 behind Earnhardt Jr. Park up to 172 behind. That bumps up to the 2nd position.